shut up, take this product, pretend it's natural, and you don't have a choice. Now that's what's going on in New Zealand. And so the gene technology bill, part of the bill that's going through Parliament at the moment in New Zealand, part of that is to say we don't care about the process. Why are you regulating genetic engineering? Because it's unfair on the genetic engineers, because when it comes out at the end of this process, it looks really similar, almost identical to a natural product. So shut up, take this product, pretend it's natural, and you don't have a choice. Now that's what's going on in New Zealand. P1055 removed regulation, removed pre-testing and labeling of new genetically engineered products that don't even exist yet in some cases, on the assumption that listen to this, mate, that the companies will regulate themselves, because then the companies never do anything bad to make a dollar. They're always really ethical and up there. And these products are so much like nature, and in fact they could have happened in nature that they didn't, that you don't need to know. Now, luckily, there's lots of scientists globally and lots of evidence emerging to say the gene technology that you're using to make these things a bit like nature, almost like nature, could have almost happened in nature, are not like nature. The disruption to the genome is much more significant. And the courts in Europe, because this debate has been going on and it's still going on in Europe, they're saying, oh, they want to not label and not test these new gene edited products. The court, I think it was the Court of Justice in Europe, said in 2018, no, stop industry, stop, global organizations. These gene edited products have risks that are different from nature. They must be subject to the regulation, safety testing and labeling regimes of the older genetically modified foods. Just because they've been done without some of the transgenics, for example, they're not mixing a gene between a tomato and a frog, but they're just going in and changing the genes within the tomato or the frog. It doesn't mean that it can be assumed safe. That you need to recognize these as gene-edited products as genetically modified. So there's a lot of naughty, unethical conversations going on, including in New Zealand, whereby I think the minister said, oh, we're going to still label the GMOs. It's just the new ones we're not going to label, and we're going to call them precision breeding, and you won't know anything about them. Now, that's unethical.